Welcome to Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell, coming to you live from Sugar Hill, Georgia. What a beautiful city. Sugar Hill, Georgia. It's wonderful. Magnificent city. We're being brought to you by the Playbook. Follow us on Twitter at Playbook Athlete. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Jason Allen, in the building.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing all right. It's a little hot in the room today, but we know we're going to make it through, know.
Yeah, I know.
I see you losing your voice a bit.
Yeah, dumbass kids, dumbass parents, dumbass referees. All of it adds up into problems for a coach. We're going to talk about coaching a little bit, but that's what happened to a coach. Nick Saban probably liked this today, too.
I thought it was probably because I heard you got into a controversy this weekend.
Controversy?
Yeah. I heard that you were out on the town supporting Black Man, wearing the special hat that Black Man gave you.
Yeah.
And for what I heard on the streets was some guy ran up on you and said, who's Black Man? And you started to explain the superhero that is. The greatest superhero there was, is, and never will be.
Very true.
Black Man. And I think the guy made a reference to you and said, so he like Pootie Tang.
First of all,
okay.
Very true story.
Okay.
And I called you as soon as it happened. And I explained to you there's some Mo Goody out there gonna try to compare Black Man to Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
I mean, now, I know right now people like Israel Soto, Larry Rivers, Mo Goody don't know nothing about Pootie Tang probably. But they're cracking up laughing because somebody dared to compare Black Man to Pootie Tang.
Yeah?
And Pootie Tang ain't a superhero anyway. That's what I called Jason about. Because I don't know how somebody can say Pootie Tang is a doggone superhero. But I guess some fools out there believe that. So, anyway.
Did you school him or did you just let him get away with that?
I schooled him for as long as I could. Then after that, I told him about Black Falcon, Black Lightning. I started running them all down.
Right.
I even gave love to, I told you about that thing that Jordan Peele did, Key and Peele.
Yeah.
About that guy who tried to become a superhero. I even gave him some love.
Right.
And this joke was stuck on Pootie Tang being a superhero.
He didn't say no Media Man.
No.
He didn't say no Blank Man.
No, Lawnmower Man.
No.
All them.
I don't think Denzel was Lawnmower Man. I think he was just in Lawnmower.
Whatever. I mean, just all of it. I was even going to give some love to Hong Kong Fooey.
Yeah.
He
was dark skinned. He was brown.
What I'm saying. And he had a Black man voice.
Yeah, you're right.
It was Louis the Garbage Man.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was like, I'm trying to give plenty of love. And this fool stuck on Pootie Tang being a superhero. I was okay, man.
See, that's all.
I said, look, check this out. Don't ask me nothing else ever about Black men. And I'm out.
See, that's why we can't ever get no respect.
That's what you got to do sometimes. Just let it go.
Well, speaking of black superheroes, I did see 21 Bridges with Chadwick Boseman. Mr. Black Panther himself. It was alright. I mean, if you want to support the man, go ahead and check it out. I thought it was just okay. Me and Travis checked it out. Yeah. Travis loved it though. He thought it was dope.
Well, I thought it was okay. I heard good stuff about it. I've heard good stuff about it. So I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Right.
I might do that tomorrow night, Tuesday night.
And then I did see Queen and Slim. I would say check that out. I give that my thumbs up.
Well, I'm gonna see that. I gotta see that just because of the whole social piece in it.
Right.
I gotta get with that. So I'm definitely gonna check that out.
What's going on, Fee? She out there. She said hi to me and Travis. She leaving you out of that one.
Well, she did right. You did the right thing.
They said Tyler Goodson is the real Black man. Well, Fee, if you know anything about superheroes, you shouldn't tell the identity of the hero because then people will target his families.
Yeah.
So you may got a hit on you now for just saying that, Fee.
But I can tell y'all right now, that ain't the real identity. Because the real Black man went to Lowndes County High School. We're going to talk about that later on.
All right, we're jumping right into it. We're going to start off the segment. Every week we start off the same one, first 15. So last week we did talk about the evolution of the dual threat, which I consider the running / black quarterback. I think we wanted to kind of step on that a little bit more with Lamar Jackson. As you know, probably right now he's the front runner for MVP, depending on what Russell Wilson does tonight. He had a tough game against the 49ers in Baltimore. And watching that game, I think it was probably the first time majority of people probably in the U.S., because it was Fox, 1 o'clock, you got to watch him head on. What were your thoughts on Lamar Jackson? And, is this the evolution? Is this what we're expecting to see more prototypes of? What do you feel like?
I don't know if it's the evolution like we talked last week. I mean, my opinion hasn't changed in a week's time. I mean, I don't know if it's the evolution. I think Lamar Jackson made me more of a believer in his abilities with some of the things that he did in that game.
Right.
For instance, I thought he threw the ball very well. Now, does he look like the prototype quarterback? Does he throw the ball with all of the elbow in tight, chest up, all that? No. But were his throws effective? I mean, that little lob pass, that little touch pass he did to the tight end was a great pass. And, I mean, the guy was surrounded by people.
Right.
And he threw it in traffic, threw it exactly in the right spot he needed to do it. And I think he is throwing the ball well enough right now that he should be getting some MVP, type of attention and whatnot, because he is playing on an MVP level. His running, of course, is second to none.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, so we know the run is okay. I think what we're worried about with him is being a passer. Now, when you talk about the whole evolution or the black quarterbacks taking over whatever, let's look at what's in college right now coming up.
Right.
You got guys like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
To me, Jalen Hurts could almost be a carbon copy. Is that I think Jalen Hurts might even throw the ball a little bit better.
Right.
Now, he might not run as well.
Right, absolutely.
He might not have the exact swivel in the hips, but nonetheless, I think that he would be another quote-unquote very similar type to Lamar Jackson. So I think that he would definitely be another one that would fit in that genre, if you will, of the new type of quarterback.
Well, I want to touch on two things that I know you mentioned when you made a comment about him throwing the ball well. When I hear you say throw the ball well, I feel like you're saying he threw the ball well for the expectation of what Lamar Jackson is as a thrower.
Oh, no doubt.
Because he missed a lot of wide open guys he didn't really hit that I think other quarterbacks would have hit clean.
Right.
The second thing, too, when I'm talking about this evolution, I think more or less the evolution in my mind is the sense, when I look at Lamar Jackson, I don't look at the way he plays as the prototype. I look at the way the Ravens have built the team around how he plays as the prototype. And what I say to that is, like, they drafted 3 tight ends because they want to control the middle of the field with this ability to run and get outside the pocket. They put speedsters as their receivers. You look at that Ravens team, Willie Snead, Hollywood Brown, they're not possession receivers.
Right.
They're go deep and go get it receivers.
Right.
And even think about it, last year the biggest problem was what? The Chargers put 6 DBs on the field to keep up with their speed. And so what did the Ravens do in response? In the offseason, they went and got Mark Ingram, a powerful back. Right. So imagine you as a coach, you see 6 DBs on the field, and you got a running back that can trample over everything. What are you going to do?
Absolutely.
You're going to let that man run.
Give him the ball, let him get to the next level.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Exactly. So they started doing things and forming a team in a way that, hey, we're going to complement his strengths, and his weaknesses, we're going to kind of try to shield him away from it. I think, like I mentioned last week, they're doing enough shielding to give him time to develop better as a passer. Right. Now it isn't on him having to make these 15-yard out throws. It's not on him to make these huge post corner throws. Because if you look at a lot of his highlights, they're usually middle of the field throws, right around where the hashes are, maybe a little bit outside the hashes, but you don't see much going to the sideline. You don't see. So I feel like now they're doing this so they're developing his ability to read defenses and pass the ball slowly. But again, like I said, this evolution I think is taking over because he's almost unstoppable. If he's on with his arm, you might as well call it a game. Because if you make him sit in the pocket and pass, and he's accurate in that game, and then he can still run, it's not much you can do. I think the Niners played him tough, and they looked lost majority of that game, and they played him tough.
I agree, but I'll say this, and I mean pretty much for any NFL quarterback, though, from what you just said.
Right.
If they're on, I mean it's game. I mean if you have to do something to keep them from being on. You have to put pressure on them. You have to have lockdown guys locking on their whatever. Because if an NFL quarterback is truly on, like a Tom Brady, Drew Brees, what's that clown out there in San Diego?
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Anybody like that. I mean, if they're really on, it's going to be a long day for any defense. But Lamar Jackson, obviously, because of his ability to run, like that little thing he did at the goal line where he pulled it and ran it, I mean, you can't stop that. I mean, who can stop that?
Fee said, looks like you're already planning your sick day because we're going to get to that Lowndes County in a second. And then speaking of building the team around Lamar, I think I wanted to hit on, and we're going to talk about Saban and Alabama later, but I did want to talk about the value of coaching because I think you had a hot take and you felt like Saban might have been a bit out-coached. But I'm going to let you get to that later with Travis. I think the principle I wanted to speak about is how can, as a coach, when you get out of what let's say you game plan the whole week for, you get out of it, what is the next step? What do you do next? How do you adapt to something that you didn't see, that you didn't game plan for on the fly to make it work?
Well, I mean, number one, and we talked about this a little bit before the show.
Right.
Because when we started kind of having this discussion, the number one thing you got to do is, as a coach, is you got to rely on your assistant coaches.
Right.
Because the bottom line is that as a head coach, it's not for you to be expected to know everything there is to know about football.
Right.
Nick Saban is a defensive coach. So the bottom line is he don't know anything about offense. I don't think he pretends to know anything about offense. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is you got to kind of lean on them.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's your job as a defensive coordinator to know what to do, or an offensive coordinator to know what to do.
Right.
When you see something that you did not normally see.
Right.
And so I pay you to handle the unexpected. That's part of your job, is being able to handle the unexpected. If you cannot handle the unexpected, for instance, there's a formation called Paak.
Right.
Where, you put the center and both guards in the middle of the field with the quarterback standing behind them with a running back.
Okay.
Then out on the numbers on both sides, you put a lineman, you put a receiver on the outside, and a back behind them.
Okay.
So that's your 11 men.
Right.
How you going to line up to that?
I mean, I'm trying to go any, mini, money, mo.
Well, that's my point. But my point is that as a defensive coordinator, you better know how to line us to it. Yeah. And you better not have to call no timeout to do it.
Right.
Because that's my point is that people do that and line up in those kind of things on purpose to try to make you burn a timeout, to try to confuse you, to try to do things like that. And you have to be able to adjust and adapt to that. That is part of your job as being an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator.
Well, and speaking to that, I think was kind of hindered about last year when it was Clemson and Alabama, but I think yesterday probably, and a lot of this season, let's not be for real, a lot of this season, I feel like Tua covered up a lot of the stink or the miscalculations that were going on in Alabama because he was just a better player than a lot of people on the field. Yeah. But going to the point that Saban usually every year, the year and a half, is training new offensive and defensive coordinators because usually the ones under him go to and get head coaching jobs other places.
That's true.
So when you talk about the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinators, their job to be ready for these things, I feel like to a certain degree, Saban still has to be so hands-on with these routines because he is still trying to cultivate that culture and those people, those coordinators to be great. Also, I mean, it is the rumor of Saban wearing out his coordinators, where he's demands so much excellence, which is not a bad thing. But you look at a guy like Dabo, where they're saying that, they feel like family, X, Y, and Z. But speak to the fact that, okay, when you're having to get a new staff in almost every year, how does that affect the head coach's mentality, let alone his ability to trust the guys around him?
Well, I mean, the whole thing about trust is big because at the end of the day, you're going to be who you are. Nick Saban's going to be Nick Saban. Has anybody ever seen Nick Saban not be Nick Saban? No. I mean, Nick Saban's going to be Nick Saban.
Except for when he was in Miami.
Yeah, but my whole point is that if Nick Saban says, I don't trust anybody, period.
Right.
It's not like you're going to go in there and make him trust you because that's Nick Saban. He's just not going to trust you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and Nick Saban is going to be a guy. I told you, a guy told me one time he worked for Nick Saban, said his nickname was Satan. They call him Satan Saban because of the way he makes you work and he yells at you all the time. And like you said, he demands excellence, but that's Nick Saban. Now, a lot of people who played for him I've talked to are like, Nick Saban is the best thing I've ever seen as far as a coach. Mm-hmm. He's the best coach I ever had. He loves his players. I'll love that man and respect that man for the rest of my life, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not in any way trying to paint Nick Saban to be a bad guy. Because I don't believe him to be a bad guy.
Right.
I sat and talked with the man a couple times. I think he's a great
humble
guy.
brag. You hear him over Travis? I sat and talked with him. Humble brag.
I love him. No, it's not a brag. I'm just saying that I have had experience talking with the man. Uh-huh. I mean, a lot of people haven't had that experience.
Didn't you go to Waffle House with him?
No, I didn't go to Waffle House with him.
I thought you and Big Fred and Saban went to Waffle House.
No, me and Big Fred, I did take Big Fred to meet him, though. Ain't no doubt about that.
He ain't called me. He did. I don't want to say the record. He did call me. I didn't answer because I was working, but he did call me.
Sure did.
Because I was about to throw some shade, but he did call me that day.
Sure did.
All right. That's Travis hitting us for the break. When we come back, we are going to talk about high school scores. They'll stop you at the supermarket and been like, hey, it's a shame how you do track. Because remember last week, people stopped you and made you feel bad about serving Travis.
I got pulled over by Swanee police the other day. Man said, if you ever do that boy like that again, it's going to be me and you. And that's no lie. Got pulled over by Swanee police because of the way I treat Travis on the show. And he said that is definitely, at best, child abuse, the way you treat him. I'm just telling you. So anyway, we're being brought to you by the Playbook. Follow us on Twitter at Playbook Athlete. My voice is gone. It's been a long weekend. Started on Friday night yelling at kids. I had another game on Saturday, yelled at kids. Sunday, yelled at kids. We lost on Sunday. But we won Friday night and Saturday. So anyway, it is what it is. We moving on. Come on, let's get with it.
All right. So, game day, like every week, we go over the high school scores, and since this is the playoffs, and as every week the playoffs will shrink, I started grabbing more A's and more regions in here. So, starting off with 7A, Marietta beat Mill Creek 42-10.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. I think I'm right about everything except Alabama losing. And I'll take that because nobody else thought Alabama was going to lose either.
Well, Travis did.
Except I did. One okay, but you was wrong about everything.
Yeah, but also he didn't stick to his convictions either.
He did.
He kind of said, oh, it'll be closer than we think it will. He didn't want to. Anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. Parkview beat Archer 35-17.
I didn't think Parkview beat him that bad, but congratulations to Parkview. And congratulations to Archer and the Dyer head coach. Good job.
All right. Lowndes County beat Grayson 28-20.
Hey, I didn't think Grayson was going to hang that long. So hats off to Adam Carter and Grayson. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. So go ahead, Grayson.
North Gwinnett beat McEachin 32-13.
Yeah, we were very fortunate.
Oh, because those dogs that they had, them All-Americans, you know, I understand. The well-coached McEachin team.
Very well.
Yeah.
Franklin Stevens, hey, you got my... Don't let these clowns act up now. You know me and you. Coach Franklin Stevens, you the man.
Yeah, don't worry about it. They can ignore me and Travis. Yeah. We wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, so we don't know nothing. 6A, Altoona beat Coffee.
Ooh, that was a surprise.
24-0.
Right that's a team from the north blasting a team from the south. I mean, 24-0. That was a surprise, I think, to everybody.
We got Richmond Hill beat Valdosta 16-14.
Shocking. That right there. Everybody thought that this was really the year for both Valdosta and Lowndes. And that was shocking to see that score for me.
All right. Decula beat Lee County 56-21.
Again, listen, I tip my hat to Decula. Decula's a Gwinnett County team. Lee County, two-time state champion. Hey, that was tough. I'm
going to let you read Mo Goodson's comment, Travis.
Read it, Travis. I can't read that.
Why did I see tight Wrangler's pants wearing, pigeon-toed, WWF Coco Beware looking Boo Mitchell run down the sidelines Friday night? Running looking like Richard Simmons spandex lookalike.
Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. I know them little fingers had to be working hard. Putting all them little characters. Bless your little heart. Come on, man, let's go.
The only thing he was missing was Frankie.
Yeah.
All right. Harrison beat Houston County 28-7.
House.
Oh, yeah, House. Excuse me.
You know what? Again, that's a team from the north. Now, Harrison is over there in Cobb County and went down there and took on Houston County and put it to them, so good for them.
He skipped a Cuba.
All right, and...
we talked about the Cula.
Yeah, we just said that you weren't paying attention. I was waiting for you to do your yay, all that stuff. We ain't got no damn kid in the Cula. Yeah. So for those keeping score, next week will be Harrison versus the Cula, and it's going to be at the Cula, and Altoona versus Richmond Hill at Richmond Hill. All right, for that 6A. 5A, we got Jones County beat Griffin 49-14.
Don't nobody care about that.
All right, Buford beat Carlton 24-21.
Hey, that was a hell of a game. That was a hell of a game from what I heard. So hats off to both of those programs. Congratulations, Buford. Buford is like, I can throw a rock and hit Buford High School right now.
I hope they're ready for 6A next year. Water Robbins 49 beat Clark Central 14.
Yeah, that's
Stars Mill beat Dutchtown 25-24.
Hell of a game there.
All right. And so for those keeping score, next week we got Buford at Jones County.
I got Buford.
Stars Mill versus Warner Robins at Warner Robins.
I got Warner Robins.
All right. And I know, Travis, you had a special shout out that you wanted to.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Woodward Academy, 4A team. They made it to the semifinals. They beat Cartersville this past Friday, undefeated. So they play Blessed Trinity in the semifinals.
Blessed Trinity gonna tear their ass up.
And Hebron took a loss, so I didn't want to put it on here. But shout out to the Peavies and their son. They had a great season this year. Come on back stronger next year. All right, Rob Underwood in the building.
What's up, Rob?
All right, Del Dino says, I've been right on all 3 Marietta predictions so far. And again, they are firing on all cylinders. They will beat Parkview, but this game will be close unlike the others. And we will face North Gwinnett in the championship. Think they edge Lowndes. All right, hey, I see you out there.
I'm glad y'all think all that. Come on.
Okay, so next week, game plan. Next week's games are very small. We got Marietta versus Parkview. At Parkview.
I'm taking Marietta. I'm taking Marietta by at least 14.
Okay.
I think Marietta's going to be a little too much for Parkview. Harrison, Bailey, and them seem to be clicking on all cylinders. They're going to throw the ball 50-something times. So tell y'all now, a lot of them 50 times is going to be incompletion. So it's going to be a long game. So make sure you dress warm. Don't take children below the age of about 9. Leave them at home.
That's true.
With a babysitter.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a long game now, I'm telling you. Win, lose, or draw, they're going to throw the ball 50-something times.
Right.
So it is what it is.
All right. And then we have North Gwinnett versus Lowndes at Lowndes. And before you begin, I want everybody who follows the show very closely, go ahead and type down a couple of sayings that Coach Mitchell is going to say when he describes this game. While you all do that, I'm gonna tell you something about what's going on with Coach personally. While you guys get your statements out. Just going to try to predict the stuff the coach is going to say for this one. But I will say, everybody who Coach has grown up with and knows about this game, and they've been hitting them up.
Ain't no doubt.
Either for support or for tickets or both. So I just like to tell everybody that is doing it, like, chill, relax. He has to coach. He has to watch tape. He got to get his boys ready. And you know what? And the most important person, well, one of the most important people in your world, Miss Francis, ain't got his back this week. So it's a lot going on in this man. Like, that's why he probably coming down with a cold. It's probably the stress.
Let me tell you something.
So y'all stressing him out about this game, and he just wants to play to win, but also respect his alma mater, you know?
Let me tell y'all something. This is what I've been going through. Millicent Crawford, who's 1 year above me.
Right.
Graduated a year before me at Lowndes County. Went out there and put on Facebook about Gerald Mitchell and the Bulldogs coming down here.
Yeah.
But you about to take that South Georgia ass with you. Put all that. I wasn't even out the game last week yet.
Right, before you got the...
As soon as I opened up Facebook, that's what I saw.
Right.
And Casey Mitchell, my nephew, my whole family has told me, listen, dog, we love you. We proud of what you do. It
just ain't going to be this week.
But you know that we got to roll with the plowboy. I mean, KC has told me that. His daddy, Kevin, has told me that. My brother Derek, who played at Lowndes County, said, come on, dog, you know where I got to be. I mean, my whole family has told me that they pulling for the plowboy.
Right.
And this is the thing. I went there.
Right.
I played there.
Right.
And as far as like being an alumnus, everybody who knows me knows. I put the damn plow in Plowboy. That's me. I put the king in Viking. That's our other nickname. I mean, that's who I am. I talk more trash about Lowndes County than anybody. I'm the one who said, if Miami is the U, Lowndes is the county. And where I'm from, we call it the county. That's it. Because ain't but one.
Right.
Lowndes County is the county. I love Lowndes County. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what Jason's evidence is. I'm going to tell you this.
Right.
They're going to be extreme.
Hold on. Stop. All right. DG said, what's up? She's on here.
Oh, DG Dana Green.
Yeah, she said you're one of her favorite people. I guess her and Terry Davis, they're going to fight for that top spot, huh?
I know, but DG is my baby. That used to be my fullback on my ladies' football
team.
Yeah.
I see. Salute. All right, so Ms. Goodson says Lions is a great team with a great coach. They have great players and a heck of a team to beat. All right. Soto said they're a well-coached team. They have some monsters on their team. And who else we got? Oh, that's it. KC just said, what's up? All right, Coach, what you got on this game?
Lowndes County. Coach McPherson, Randy Mack. Everybody knows about Randy Mack.
Yeah.
One of the best coaches in the country, let alone in the state. So they ain't right. They're going to be well coached. Ain't no doubt about that. They're ranked number 1 for a reason. Right. Y'all act like I just say this stuff just for the hell of it. They're ranked number 1 in the state.
Ranked last week?
Number 2. They've been ranked number 1 in the state the whole season. I mean, how do y'all not expect me to say these things? It's the truth. I mean, my best friend, Brad Davis, is coming all the way from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Shout out to Brad.
Guess what Brad said he gonna do? He said, man, get me a North Gwinnett hat. I said, why? He said, because I'm wearing a Lowndes County shirt, but I wear a North Gwinnett hat.
Dual allegiance. I love it.
I'm telling you. I mean, the bottom line is, guys, this is going to be a big game. And we're playing in the Concrete Palace. It's only about 3 stadiums in Georgia. Like the Egg Bowl over in Elberton, over in Elbert County, and places like the Concrete Palace and Death Valley, which Valdosta High has. It's only about 3 places in the whole state that even have that kind of a aura about playing there. That place is huge, and everything made out of concrete. What you sit your ass on in there is concrete, and that's why they call it the Concrete Palace. Sitting right off I-75. Yeah. Go down 75, going to Florida, and when you get to Lowndes County, slow down and bow your head.
Yeah, take your hat off. Take your hat off. Don't bow your head. We don't want an accident.
Damn sure take your hat off when you ride by there. Because I'm telling you, you get a ticket a lot of times if you don't take your hat off when you ride past that stadium. I'm just trying to tell you, it is what it is. It's one of the toughest places to play. They're in the playoffs. I told the kids today, they don't lose in the playoffs there. Yeah. I mean, we are up against a lot going down there to play this game. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now.
DG said, was it Tiana? Tiana is here watching too, Coach?
Okay.
T-A-N-N-E-A.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Tamia.
Excuse me. My bad. Yeah. Correction on that. Yeah, she's watching too as well.
Hey, Tamia. Good seeing y'all, baby. Good having y'all here.
Mrs. Hood made it. Welcome back.
What's going on, Miss Hood? Anyway, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be huge, yes.
It's going to be tough.
You're right. It ain't no HDG when he say huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. You're right.
It is going to be huge. Leave me alone, DG.
So, that wraps up our time in high school. We're going to go to everybody's second favorite portion of the show, the Minute with Travis.
Travis's Minute. Okay, right? I get so excited to hear this 1 minute that Travis is going to do. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about going to the bathroom for it. I'm so excited about it. But we're going to wait for Travis's Minute.
All right, I'm getting out of here.
All right. Folks, thank y'all for listening straight from the hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell, coming to you live from the beautiful Sugar Hill, Georgia. Here with my co-host, Jason Allen, who just stepped away while I murder Travis here in a few minutes over college football, as usual. We're being brought to you by the Playbook. Follow us on Twitter @PlaybookAthlete. Got so many people in the building tonight. Anyway, come on, Travis, what you got so we can get on out here? Give Travis a minute, Jay. Let's go.
Okay. So, as everybody knows, our favorite time of the show?
No doubt.
The Minute with Travis. And Travis, your minute begins now.
Real quick, did want to give a shout out to one other person you guys missed. My dad, Christopher Butler's on here. So, hey, Dad, what's up?
He a regular now.
Yeah,
right,
we ain't gonna shout him out every week.
I am.
Go ahead, you wasted a minute.
It's
okay. You got the time for this minute.
Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about basketball today. I'm going to talk about rugby.
Oh yeah.
For anyone that didn't know, I did play rugby in college, so I do still follow it. I enjoy it. I think it's really fun. Anyway, USA Rugby Sevens just started up. I get a minute. Stop laughing at me. And last year they were number 2 in the world.
How much time do we have left?
Go ahead, man. Let them finish. 15 seconds.
Last year they were 2 in the world. They start this weekend. 10 round tournament. if you interested in watching rugby, watch it. It's fun. It's a little bit like football.
Come on, what else?
Okay, on to college football. The game of the day on Saturday could be the upset to Auburn over Alabama. I believe I picked that one.
You did. That's the only thing you got right. Everything else is wrong. Everything else you picked last week was wrong. I was just in here laughing. I was just going crazy laughing because everything else you picked wrong, and I picked that wrong. You know what? I'll take it. You know why?
Why?
Because then nobody, including you, say that Alabama's going to lose because they're going to get out-coached. And because Nick Saban wasn't on his job. And nobody thought that was going to happen, including me.
Israel said, give Travis a little bit more respect, man.
Well, for what? I mean, is that a rule?
Shout out to Richard Hood. He on the game too.
Yeah.
What's going on, Richard?
But go ahead.
So, yeah, Auburn wins. Does this eliminate Alabama from the college football playoff?
Oh, no doubt. They're done. They're done. And it's probably going to make way for a Pac-12 team to get in there.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
You know, I mean, then you're going to have...
We're going to get there.
You're going to have a team out there playing tackle football and a team out there playing flag football. And that's what it's going to look like when they play somebody. So, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. Yeah, Auburn almost out, you could probably say argument they outcoached them.
Oh, they did.
Especially that last play. That was a real sneaky play, I know.
Not just that last play, it was the whole game. I mean, Here's the thing about it. When you go back and look at that game, and when people make comments like, Alabama just didn't seem like they were ready for the game. They didn't seem like they were excited. They didn't seem like they were up for the game. They didn't play with that same enthusiasm and that same. I've heard all of these comments from all the so-called experts. Guess whose fault that is? Nick Saban. That's your job. And when you are the head coach, it is your job, just like right now. We talked as a coaching staff yesterday for about 45 minutes about how are we going to get these kids down to Lowndes County and get them ready to play. Because some people, when you go down south, they take them on Thursday. Like Buford. Buford went to play Bainbridge a couple weeks ago, and Coach Brian Appling, he took his 1s and 2 units, his first 2 units, down in a charter bus.
Damn.
On Thursday night. They spent the night down there.
Buford got it though.
And then on Friday, they met the rest of the team, which drove down on Friday, and did a walkthrough and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's all part of it. If you feel like that's what your team needs to make them have the maximum preparation so they can go out there and give their maximum, that's what you do. And so as far as Nick Saban is concerned, that's what you have to do. You can't practice the same way every week. You got to say, you know what? Since we're so beat up and stuff right now this week, instead of us practicing until 8 o'clock every night, we're just going to practice till 6 o'clock. And then let these kids home and get rested up, let them mend up some, let them get some extra treatment to get ready to play. That is your job as the head coach to get that team ready to play. If they're not ready to play, then it's just like Willie Taggart. I'm talking about KC's boys since KC's on here. Willie Taggart obviously didn't get them ready. He must have been smoking weed with them or something. The way they were playing, I don't know what he was doing. Because Florida State looked like boo-boo every week. I mean, it's terrible. So, in any event, he obviously is not there anymore, and that's why. And speaking on that note, just let me say this real quick. Pay attention, because a lot of little coaching changes going on out there.
I was going to talk about that.
On the sly.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like on the sly stuff going on. Like, Missouri fired their coach. No big hoopla because Missouri sucked anyway. They weren't very good. Nobody cares about Missouri.
That's true.
So half of y'all didn't even know that.
I did.
Half of y'all didn't know that.
Ole Miss fired their coach too.
Ole Miss fired their coach unless you were watching the bottom line on ESPN, which is where I live most of the day. Y'all didn't know that either. That Ole Miss fired their coach.
Which he should be fired for that terrible decision that player did at the Egg Bowl on Thursday. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that raising his leg.
That was terrible.
It's just a fool. But bottom line is, hey, some of that kind of stuff gets coaches fired because it shows lack of discipline. And when you have that lack of discipline like that, where you have a fool out there acting like that, then that kind of stuff happens. So, but now I think the funniest thing I heard of the week in college football was Chip Kelly put out an announcement saying, I am loyal to UCLA. They have my full loyalty. Who gives a damn? I mean, the man is 7-17 in 2 years. I mean, do the math real quick. Let me see. 2 A 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5 wins a year. And you go announce your loyalty to them? I mean, I can see if UCLA announced their loyalty to you, but you go out there and say, because it's rumored, and I think that his people put that out there, that he might get an offensive coordinator job in the NFL. Let me tell you something. If you get an offensive coordinator job in the NFL, you better take it. If I was his boss, that's what I would have told him. I said, look, dog, check this out. That's perfect. You going to take that offensive coordinator job because you done here. I mean, we're just going to make it official now because ain't no way in the hell 3.5 wins a year is going to make it at UCLA. It shouldn't. But again, they're Pac-12 teams, so it don't really matter.
Well, that's the reason why it shouldn't, because the Pac-12 is so bad. But we're going to get into coaching next week because after a week, there'll be a lot more coaches that are all good. More things will be settled out.
KB said, "What's up?" And then Terry said, "Charlie Strong lost his job too."
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah,
good look.
Have been on the ticker.
That's a good look right there. I didn't see that one.
We're going to do that one next week after.
He's in South Florida. Nobody cares.
He was.
Nobody cares about South Florida anyway. I mean, that's just a nice little slide for Charlie Strong. And hopefully he kept enough money so he can stay on out.
Yeah, Texas money.
He'll probably get a defensive coordinator position somewhere and kind of just sit back in that thing for about 4 or 5 years and then just slide on out.
You know, I could see him being the D coordinator.
Where's that?
His alma mater.
Which is what?
South Carolina.
Oh God, I hope not.
I'm just letting you know. He's alma mater in South Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised.
With the same head coach?
Muschamp staying another year.
I know, but it ain't gonna matter. Because it don't matter who you bring there with Muschamp, that ain't gonna matter. Muschamp ain't no head coach.
Hey, he beat Georgia.
He did beat Georgia.
He did. That's what kept his job.
That's true.
That's what kept his job.
Keep his job. Okay, on to Ohio State beats Michigan. Is Ohio State a lock for the college football playoff no matter what happens?
They're a lock. Yeah, they're a lock. They can't. They won't be out.
Really, the better question is Michigan even that good? Is that even a rivalry anymore?
Yeah.
It's not awful. It's not as long as Harbaugh's there.
Harbaugh's 0-6.
I feel like Penn State versus Ohio State's a better rivalry.
I think it is at this point.
Yeah.
I think it is.
0-6.
And I bless Jim Harbaugh. I mean, when you see him at the press conference, did you hear him the other day? He's like, gosh.
I know, Travis wasn't get on that. He wasn't get on that.
Does anybody have a question they have, or is everybody just going to keep criticizing me?
Oh, I thought that was a terrible press conference. That was awful.
I would just rather say, look, I ain't going to the press conference. Just go tell him I ain't coming out here.
That was terrible.
Than to do what he did.
Yep.
Because when you sit up there like that and do stuff like that, I mean, that is so asinine and so juvenile. For you to sit up there on national TV, gosh, is everybody just going to keep picking on me, or somebody going to finally ask
Travis
me a
had an issue with one of his names. Travis, go into what you were telling me. Me and him argued about this.
Come on.
So one of the questions they asked him, I don't know if it's Ohio State, Michigan reporter, doesn't matter. They asked him basically like, do you feel that you are the talent differential between your team and Ohio State is that big of a difference that you basically can't compete with Michigan?
Okay, and his answer?
And his answer was he kind of blew it off a little bit and kind of said, why are you asking me this question? And then was just like, no, I don't really feel like this, but, we need to get better, this, that, and the other. Okay. But you've lost 6 years in a row.
Okay. Here's the bottom line. And right now, who's the new coach up there? Ryan Davis, is that his name?
Yeah, Ryan Day.
Yeah. Ryan Day. Okay, I said Davis. I was kind of thinking about Terry Davis and my Davis family. Yep. But anyway, Ryan Day is the head coach up there. Ryan Day hadn't really done anything yet because he's capitalizing off of what's the name did? Urban Meyer, as far as recruiting and all those things. Jim Harbaugh, if you remember, started these satellite camps. Mm-hmm. He's going to come down here to the South. He's going to pitch up a tent, try to get some of this talent to go up there with him. Because he was mad because Urban Meyer
to 13-year-olds.
I know. He was mad because Urban Meyer was down here doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. The problem is Urban Meyer used to be at Florida. Used to be the head coach at Florida. So Urban Meyer kind of come down here and got his feet wet, met a lot of people and whatnot, and got a lot of connections down here that he could pull the talent from the South. We got a kid from Blessed Trinity and a kid from Ohio State. What's Harry's last name? I'll think of it in a second. And Steele Chambers. Mm-hmm. Both went up to Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Okay, Bradley Roby, Cameron Hayward, two more people went to Ohio State, pulling people from the South going up there. Just like I tell my kids right now, a kid like Barrett Carter. I say, ain't got nothing like you up there. They ain't got nothing like you up there. Mm-hmm. Because of your size and your speed and the combination of both, they ain't got that up there. Up in that area up there, they just have big people. Just big, that's what they do up there. In the Midwest, it's just really
line heaven.
I mean, quite honestly, line heaven is big fat people. Really, that's what it is. I hate to put it out there like that.
Next topic. I'm not gonna let him do this. Go to the next topic.
You know I'm from Ohio. Okay.
Go to the next topic. I ain't gonna let him do this.
Okay, real quick, before we get into this upcoming championship week, we're going to give a shout out to Tyler Goodson.
For what?
13 carries, 116 yards rushing, and a 55-yard touchdown.
Woo!
I mean,
Leading rusher for Iowa this week.
Is that not his job?
Congratulations.
Is it not his job to get y'all?
Can I give a shout out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's all you do is give shout outs. You shout out your dad every time you come on.
And yes, they did win the game. So there you go. And what's the matter with that? Anyway, championship games this week. SEC.
What about
LSU, Georgia.
LSU gonna beat the brakes on you?
Okay, if Georgia wins, which I'm picking LSU as well. But if Georgia somehow wins, do you think they put two teams in the college football?
Georgia.
No.
Do you think they put two teams in?
No, they don't.
Georgia would go in over LSU.
No, Georgia ain't going in over LSU. LSU probably still go in.
Georgia's 4 right now,
I know.
and if they beat LSU, you don't think they're going to get in?
It'll be tough. I'm just telling you. Guys, don't be surprised now.
I mean, you
Don't be
about all
surprised.
this stuff, so
Don't be surprised. This is what I'm telling you. Clemson's going in. Because who does Clemson have to play?
It don't matter.
Virginia.
It don't
Virginia.
matter.
That's my point. Yeah. That's my point. Even if Clemson lost to
They
Virginia,
still get there.
okay.
I think they probably would get in, but I could see them not
All right, go
getting
ahead
in.
and finish your point.
Okay.
Finish your point there,
Okay.
yes. Go.
So we already know they're in.
Yeah.
Ohio State,
We in.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
they're in. Utah. Who
Yeah.
Utah got to play?
It don't matter, but if
Because
they win,
suck.
they in.
If they win, they're in.
They play Oregon.
If they win, they're in.
Okay.
So that's my whole point. So when it comes down to that last spot, even if Alabama, LSU were to beat what would the records be?
Be 1-1. If Georgia was to win, they'd be one. They both have one loss.
They would both be 12-1.
No, I thought. Wait a minute. Georgia's already lost, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, my bad. I thought Georgia lost twice.
No.
Okay, my bad. I thought Georgia already lost twice.
No.
No.
Well,
Okay.
Counting this weekend, they will.
Okay,
But,
but this week they're gonna lose anyway. It don't matter.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay. So you
thought
already
they
did.
lost twice
You already did. I'm going to Clemson as well. Ohio State, you got them. They're going to win out.
Utah.
And so if
It'll be Utah.
Utah, and you see Utah over whoever wins in the Big 12.
Yeah,
Over
and
Oklahoma and Baylor.
Yeah, it don't
Okay.
matter. Oklahoma and Baylor be the UCF of the year.
Okay.
They'll be crying and complaining and all that, and for nothing.
I
And they'll
will.
go buy them some fake rings like UCF did, because they got people down there got plenty of money. And it might be Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
He from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He'll buy all them Super Bowl rings or whatever and walk around like they champs. And you ain't no champ, you're a chump.
I do agree with you. I think if Utah wins, I think they're in too. So I think they'll be the number 4 team. So
that's it.
and that's
how
all
it
the
is.
time I got.
I just once again slaughtered.
It was ugly on that side.
Travis
Front row
Butler.
seat.
Let me tell you right now, I can't drive through Swanee this whole week, so I'm gonna have to take the long way around. So if you're waiting on me, it might take me a minute to get there. Cause I got to go long. I can't drive through Swanee because the police told me I can't do traffic like that anymore.
All day.
Come on.
All right. Let's get to it, guys. Everybody knows his routine. Last 15 of the game is OverReaction Monday.
Let's go.
All right, first one. Ravens beat the 49ers. The Ravens can go to the Super Bowl playing like this.
You know what? I kind of believe they can. Lamar Jackson's kind of made me a believer. Because like you said, they play one of the best defenses in the league. They beat them. Gave them a lot of trouble. I think maybe they can do it.
I don't think so, because I think they rely too much on doing the middle of the field passing. I think just like most running quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson's weakness is throwing to the outside like Kaepernick's was, like Michael Vick's was.
I agree.
Until I see him can accurately throw to the outside, I think you're going to meet a team that's going to bunch up in the middle, zone-wise, and force him to throw to the outside. Which, if he can throw to the outside and do it, then by all means they'll be there.
Okay.
Bears beat the Lions. The Lions are bad with Stafford. The Lions are bad without Stafford. Is it time just to move on from Stafford?
Yeah, here's my thing. I refuse to talk about either one of these teams. Both of them suck. I'm a Matt Stafford fan. I think he's a hell of a man, hell of a kid. I met him, talked to him several times. He's a good guy. And I mean, God bless him on his way out if that's what it's going to be. But yeah, I think it's about time to move on. We already talked about that changing of the guard.
And here's probably my favorite OverReaction Monday, and I wish I would have saved it for last, but Bills beat the Cowboys. The Buffalo Bills are legit, and they're winning the same way the Ravens are winning.
Well, they ain't winning the same way the Ravens are winning because they ain't got Lamar Jackson. So it ain't exactly the same.
I'm saying,
if you compare their quarterback to
running quarterback, limited thrower, good hard defense, good run game.
Yeah, but I don't want to say he's a running quarterback when you compare him the way Lamar Jackson runs. Is he 100 yards a game quarterback? Because that wasn't Lamar Jackson.
Nobody's doing, was it the triple-double or the double-triple?
I'm trying to tell you.
The double-triple, that's what it is. All right, Saints beat the Falcons. Drew Brees is the best of the old quarterbacks. That's been Brady, Rivers, Eli, and Rodgers.
Yeah, I can't put him in, especially when you got Brady. And I know y'all want to hate on Brady. Brady don't have what he needs right now. And everybody trying to hate on Brady, but Brees will be number 2 in that list that you have right there. He definitely number 2 behind Brady. But I can't go against Brady. Also, and think about now, he beat the Falcons. I mean, come on.
Also, to put in perspective that Brees plays in a dome, Brady doesn't. Also, put in perspective, Brees may be playing, but probably the best receiver in the league. Yep. And the last perspective, older quarterbacks, I would say, need a little bit of rest. Brees did take, 3-4 games off? Yeah. I know it was with an injury, but that still was rest to his arm, so he didn't have to throw those games. Absolutely. Redskins beat the Panthers. The Panthers really do need Cam Newton. They need to re-sign him.
No. That's wrong. Let his ass go and do right and get a real quarterback this time.
Do right.
Let him go and just do right and don't believe all the hype. That's the same shit that got Julio on them still out there in Atlanta, stealing, just robbing the Falcons. So don't do that.
All right.
Do not do that.
Bengals beat the Jets. Adam Gase and Sam Darnold both need to go, and the Bengals get their first win, so Travis is happy.
Yeah.
I know. How you gonna say Darnold needs to go? Darnold was your boy. You thought he should have been number 1 a couple years ago when he came out. You wanted done. Now you're gonna talk about he needs to go. I said his ass shouldn't have been there.
OverReaction Monday is not my opinions and thoughts. These are thoughts I've accumulated from listening to people and hearing people talk.
Yeah. Then whatever that is, tell everybody yes, he needs to go. and now is right time. Don't do like y'all did with Matty Ice and keep him around. Let his ass go now. There's some sucker out there. Call up the Jacksonville Jaguars, somebody like that. They're stupid. Or call Cincinnati. Call Cincinnati. Call the Browns. That make a trade with Baker. Do something. I mean, just swap quarterbacks. Do something and make it right while you can.
Titans beat the Colts. Derrick Henry is not only the most intimidating running back in the league, he is the best running back in the league this year.
God, I hope not. Because if he's the best, he's raw. It's kind of like accepting Lamar Jackson as a quarterback is accepting him as a running back. Because he really just a damn bull in a china shop. I mean, if you ever see him run, it's ugly. Oh, my God. It ain't nothing. You ain't no Barry Sanders. He ain't got none of this right here.
What's that, the wiggle?
If you had him sitting in the chair right now, and I say, hey, let's do Simon Says.
Yeah.
I start doing like he could never do that. Never. That joke is a straight ahead runner, period. Come on.
All right. We're getting there, Mr.
All right. The next one. The Bucs beat the Jaguars. This is how Jameis Winston should have always been coached as a game manager.
Well, that's the thing about it. They're seeing what's going on with Lamar Jackson. I think a lot of teams are starting to fall in line. Mm-hmm. It's like, stop trying to put him back there and let him be a pocket passer and all that. Hand the ball off, make some little short throws, and keep it moving. Run some, keep it moving.
All right. The Dolphins beat the Eagles. The Dolphins went from players calling the agents to get out of there to winning some games. Is Brian Flores a good coach? Brian Flores is a good coach.
I don't know if he's a good coach. I think there's some other teams in the league, like the Falcons, decided they were just going to start tanking. And they saw that the Dolphins had the lead on everybody, so everybody else just started tanking harder than the Dolphins were.
All right. Chris Butler said, who's the best running back in the league, in your opinion?
I don't know. That I was thinking about that when you said that, because I can't really put anybody out there except maybe Kamara. I mean, I think you can make an argument about Kamara because, hey, this right here, that Matrix thing,
yeah.
Kamara got all that. He got all that.
People will
right
say McCaffrey, Saquon.
I might have to go with McCaffrey. Right now. I like McCaffrey.
Delvin Cook right now has been balling.
I ain't no Zeke. Ain't Zeke.
I'm just throwing out.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing it back at you.
Look,
it ain't Zeke.
Until Zeke become a delinquent again, he ain't gonna be a good running back no more.
Yeah.
Packers beat the Giants. The Packers are not a good team.
They're not. And Aaron Rodgers still a bad man. They are not a good team.
I just say that because
they're not.
Barkley ran on them, and Barkley ain't ran on nobody. Steelers beat the Browns. The lead up to the pregame was more interesting than the actual game.
For sure.
That was the head coach wearing a
T-shirt.
What did it say? Travis, remember what it said? Freddie Kitchens wore a short that said something like, it was
beat up Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said about it? About why he wore it?
No.
Yeah, I did.
This man put it on his mama.
No,
I wore his daughter.
Daughter.
I wore it because my daughter told me to wear it. My daughter wanted me to wear it.
We're not going to condone that stupidity. We're going to move on.
It was a shirt of like a brown, like peeing on a...
Rams beat the Cardinals. Rams missing the playoffs will be the best thing for them because they get a better draft pick.
I might agree with you right there. Because I'm not sure about Todd Gurley, about his health.
Yeah, all right. Chiefs beat the Raiders. The Kings are back. The Chiefs are the best team in the AFC.
I would go for that. I could live with that.
All right. Broncos beat the Chargers. The Chargers were 12-4 last year, and this should be Rivers last year.
Agreed. I agree with that. Get them on.
All right. Texans beat the Patriots. The Patriots need to go ahead and drop their moral code. Their moral code and bring back AB.
First of all, what kind of moral code you got when your owner down in them spas?
Once again, moral code
down in the massage parlors doing what he was doing. But anyway, Bradley Roby had a monster game. He did. Yes, last night.
He did. Sack, pick.
Oh my God! He had 2 picks. They called one of them back.
Yeah.
But he did his thing.
On a terrible holding call on him.
Did his thing.
BS call.
Vikings play the Seahawks currently. Can any amount of primetime wins resurrect Kirk Cousins' reputation?
No, it can't because he's sorry. And I mean, it ain't about how much he gets seen. He just ain't good. I mean, that's the bottom line. He's a mediocre quarterback, mediocre to low quarterback in this league, and that's where he's gonna stay.
Hey, thank you. You guys are welcome. I made it. 5 minutes to spare.
Okay, 7-7.
Oh, 7-7. Okay, 5 minutes to spare. It's time for oh Lord.
Hey,
Coach's Corner.
I had to do it. Coach's Corner.
The most popular segment of the night.
Listen,
Coach, go for it. I'm actually move out of the camera that you just had this.
Here's my thing is right here.
Yeah.
I want everybody to understand something. I met a guy the other day who was a Falcon fan. And, I mean, it just like any other Falcon fan. It was on Thanksgiving Day. I went over to visit one of my clients who invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner. And this man is such a Falcon fan. I felt like I was talking to KC. I mean, they all do the same thing. This is what I have to ask a Falcon fan. Do all 17 of y'all get together and have a conference call and get talking points? Because y'all say the same thing. It's the same thing. Hey, we still got a chance to run the table. I'm like, wait a minute. Did you just say what I think you said? I mean, because, I can't wait till the game tonight. Blah, 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 blah. So, when Larry Rivers sent that song, Fly Like an Eagle, I've been listening to it in the car and everything, and it just hit me. What if you don't want to fly like an eagle? So I created a little song called Fly Like a Falcon. What's wrong? This is how the song goes. It starts off like this. The Falcons playing like doo-doo, like doo-doo. Doo-doo, like doo-doo. Anyway, it says like this. I want to fly like a falcon. Truthfully. To say just wait till next year. Soon as I am 0-3. Is that not right? Is that not right? I'm just asking. I want to fly like a falcon. To and fro. Get paid for poor production. Like my name is Julio. I'm just keeping it real. I want to fly like a falcon. Say it twice. Learn to eat a stiff arm like my name is Matty Ice. Wait a minute, Jay. Come back, Jay. I want to fly like a falcon every day to never make the playoffs. But for my fans, that is okay. Listen, folks, we had a lot of fun. I'm just telling you, I can't take it with these Falcon fans. I don't know why y'all do this every week. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. And so just keep on giving me all the ammunition. I can't stand them. I never will stand them. I saw a little mad face. That had to be Miss Peavy. Because Miss Peavy knows she loves her Falcon. Miss Peavy, that song's for you. That song goes out to Miss Nancy Peavy. That song was dedicated to Miss Nancy Peavy. Anyway, folks, it's time for us to get out of here. We've enjoyed having everybody here. Thank you, DG. What KC saying? What KC talking about?
Oh, I'm trying to get down. You got anything on your
Is that Pittsburgh something? See right there, Pittsburgh did something.
Oh, Pittsburgh started it.
Oh, whatever.
That's what it said on the T-shirt. Yeah.
Oh, that what it is?
That's what
Okay.
it is, yeah.
Anyway, folks, we got to get out of here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Miss Peavy, Mr. Peavy, Mr. Peavy, he a big Falcon fan. Bless his heart.
Mr. and Mrs. Hood.
Yeah,
Israel Soto.
Mr. Peavy, he won the 17. The Soto was on here. The Goodsons were on here. Everybody on here. Hey, folks, we got to get out of here. We'll see everybody next week. Y'all have a good night. Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the hip.